keeping race issues out of Obama's campaign is proving very hard, especially when his campaign manager is bringing it up. In a recent interview, David Plouffe says that he's not worried about race being an issue. Plouffe said, quote, "The vast majority of voters who would not vote for Barack Obama in November based on race are probably firmly in John McCain's camp already," end quote. And as we mentioned earlier, Democratic Congressman Jim Clyburn says that he is upset with the way that Bill Clinton and other Clinton surrogates are acting over the race issue. We're joined now by Kevin Madden, who used to...
And let's just talk about our proposals for the American people. And I don't think you have to keep tearing down the other candidate, keep demonizing his former pastor, marginalizing his campaign. The American people, especially African Americans, are really concerned about this.
And joining us now, former communications director for the Romney campaign, Kevin Madden, Fox News contributor, and by the way, I hate to admit it, but I'm going to do it publicly, a friend, Bob Beckel.
Thank you, Sean. I return the compliment.
Well, listen, Bob, first of all, I know you personally, and this is an important issue because race is something that you care deeply about, I care deeply about. And Bill Clinton claimed that they played the race card against him and that it was part of their playbook. He's being accused of that. I think what Barack Obama said in San Francisco was racial. You know, bitter people clinging to their guns, clinging to their religion, antipathy towards those who aren't like them, anti-immigrant sentiment. I think Barack Obama is bringing it up a lot in this campaign. Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree that race has become a very big issue in this campaign, and it wasn't not Barack Obama who started on Jeremiah Wright. It was Jeremiah Wright who started on Jeremiah Wright.
Yeah, but that's not about race, except
yeah, it certainly is about race.
Well, he says white KKK of America.
Well, that's race. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree with that.
Look at it, but look, if you look at what Plouffe said here about the people who are not going to vote for Obama, who are racist, will be voting for McCain. Well, I did a little research before I came here, and if you look at the existing claverns of the Ku Klux Klan, Raleigh, North Carolina, Marion, Ohio, Perry, Florida, Southeast Louisiana, Claiborne, Louisiana, or Arkansas, Fairdale, Kentucky. If you look at the zip codes and the precincts for where those Klan activities are, they vote 80-20 for Bush.
But let me ask you.
What does that tell you? I mean, by definition, a racist is going to vote for a white guy or a black guy. I don't know what the big deal is.
Well, no. A racist is somebody who believes in the inherent superiority of one race over another. I think what Reverend Wright said was racist. I think that in San Francisco, that Barack Obama himself was suggesting that people in Pennsylvania were at least bigoted, if not racist. When Michelle Obama says America's a downright mean country that she's not proud of, I don't know what all that means, where all that's coming from.
I don't see where you get the racist thing out of the San Francisco thing.
I'll give it to you. They have antipathy towards people who are not like them and anti-immigrant sentiment.
Okay, I was taking the anti-immigrant sentiment. I don't think it was race they were talking about there. But look, the fact of the matter is we have got a candidate who is a serious candidate who is black for president of the United States. Racism and race is going to be an issue. We just have to face it.
Let me get Kevin Madden here.
People who are racist are going to vote for the white guy.
Let me ask Kevin a question here, and welcome you both to the show. Look, whether it was politically correct or not, what Plouffe said, and, you know, it's a shame we even have to bring up race as a factor in this campaign. It's to everybody's benefit not to. But was Plouffe wrong with what he said?
You know, look, I think you're exactly right there, Alan. I don't think this benefits anybody. I know that Dave Mudcat Saunders made a reference to that before, that it's not good for Democrats. It's not good for Republicans either. We ought to be talking about the issues that are important. But look, I think what the problem with David Plouffe's remarks is that it seems to be casting aspersions, whether he intended to or not. It seems to be casting negative aspersions about those people that would not support Barack Obama. That is, if somehow they are implicitly racist because they don't agree with him. And I think that is the kind of language that is very divisive. It's not the kind of unifying language that Barack Obama has used in much loftier rhetoric during the ascent of his campaign.
I think it would be smart not to bring it up, and I think Plouffe would have been smart to bring it up. But Bob Beckel just gave you some numbers with zip codes and how they voted. Does that make what Fluff said accurate.
Again, that's offering a sweeping generalization about everybody that lives in that particular zip code, as if they all harbor racist sentiments because they're not voting for Barack Obama. But they are. Alan, how can you name a zip code and then say that there are specific individuals in there that?
Kevin,
let's give Bob a chance to respond. Bob, go ahead.
But Kevin, because these were the known addresses by their own admission of the last claverings of the Ku Klux Klan, but leave that aside for a second.
So everybody there is a racist?
Wait a second. What Pluff said, I believe, was people who are racists are not going to be for Barack Obama. That, by definition, is true. They're going to be for John McCain.
Who is David Pluff to start deciding what the demographics are and how racists are voting?
The race
I mean, that in itself is a racist statement.
Kevin, wait a second. Right after the Pennsylvania primary, the talk was, can Barack Obama win white, lower-income, working-class Americans because they won't vote for black?
We're just out of time. We thank you both very much for spirited debate.